All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Ready to get this one going. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot.
I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my day I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or prize. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sickness. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, got a game a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, can I drop your bag, sass? I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. Took these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Now I'm afraid of the dark. There ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chump, at least I know I'm up. Boy, thump, like my neighbors jumping up a pum. Boy, I bump in that Billy Strong, he ain't know he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I'm dealing with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just suckin' my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water, three with the snows, all the ops gonna plow. They all in the sewers, the south in the clouds. I'ma stay down to the sound, to the sound, to the sound. On the floor to the steps, build that with the pants on the steps. Got no paper, told him quit the pocket, watching G's ripping at the seams.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Into the air right away is Allen. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Allen now looks to throw. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Always tends to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down. You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Allen again. That is caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Well, that's one way, and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
Slot man moves right. To the air, Allen. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Allen to throw it. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 37 yards. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Seven nothing is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
This one finds Wilson downfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Now Murray sees something. He's going to change it up. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. To throw, it's Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point good by Prater, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, working down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Someone sharp in this game. He had a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Off the play fake, Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keon Coleman, 39 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there, wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle, and when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
And he's got this down to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Murray. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Gregory Rousseau. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And that's a ball that he's going to want to keep his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Now Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards.
Josh Allen just might have the strongest arm in the NFL. And at 6'9", he can put his whole body into it too. But this, an absolute gorgeous throw. Perfect arc, and it results in a big, big pickup.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Allen to throw once more. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there at 22.
Oh, nice job there, Bruno. Right the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get into great dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Here's Allen. Touchdown! James Cook, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Throwing now is Murray. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Murray. And a completion to Wilson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Connor is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Connor. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cards have cut it back within a score. Prater on to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And out across midfield, down to the 45. A first down there on a pick up to 25.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes and varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with his tight end on the shorter route, and he made the right call.
It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Here's Bass now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Screen pass to Connor. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Murray now to throw. This is taken in by McBride. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Prater's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. Allen going to throw. This taken in by Kincaid. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Murray going to throw, and that's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's Murray. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Murray now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. From the gun, Murray. He's got it. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a fourth and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. Fourth and goal from the 3. They're going for it. It's Murray rolling to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Prater for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Keon Coleman, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. They run behind center with Connor. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. Honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Murray changing the play. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Murray from midfield. Flushed out right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Shotgun now from Murray. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions. So far, forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To the air. Allen. Shakir holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Allen. That is caught. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 12-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cards will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the handoff, Connor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. That's to the right side. He's got Ryman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing now is Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it. Cook. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, it's Allen. It's complete to Cook. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Allen again. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Allen going to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Allen to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Allen. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Play fake. Murray.
He's got his tight end. That's Ryman.
Breaks the tackle now with Alley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here.
That ball caught by Harrison. But he's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
Here's 1st down.
Now Murray. Escaping the pressure right.
That's caught. It's the tight end Ryman.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. Murray, one final try to Connor on the check down. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something from the first game,